Hi there. I'm going to show you my build now. This is the After One Wastelands. It's got the legendary perks in it and all that stuff there. I made a previous video with my Sneak Commando build. This is my Killer Clown build, okay? And it's very complicated because I do use Perk Manager, which allows you to switch your perks around. It takes a couple of seconds to do, but it is a mod that's out there. It's on the Nexus. You can grab it, no problem. But it allows you basically to have a whole bunch of builds with just the same set of stats, because those never change, but to have a whole bunch of builds. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of the builds that I've been able to use with my stat set. The Killer Clown build. Here we go. Now the first build I'm going to show you is actually the nighttime build. The nighttime build, I do things at night, just so you can see the difference. This is nighttime when I'm standing. And this becomes nighttime after my night eyes is put. Now my video is darker on my side. It's darker than what I'm recording actually. So things are a lot darker. I like it dark. I want it dark. I want it use the light sometimes. So I have a nighttime build. In my nighttime build, this is what we have. Now the stats aren't going to make, you can't do the stats with the legendary perks. So we're going to show you the legendary perks all at the end. They're mostly stat perks. So you can see them. These are the stats. Now, the most important one for this one here is this is a commando build. So you'd have, you do want to have your tank killer. That you need that. It's armor piercing. Your ground is good because you can have, you reload faster. So that's awesome. You want ground pounder. At least a little bit of ground pounder. This allows you to target. You get your headshots. You get all that stuff. And every shot after the first shot gets a little bit higher to hit if you're using bats. Now, I use both bats and non-bats. So either way, it works out well for me. It's nice for really, really long-range things because if I just keep shooting, sooner or later, it's going to hit. More commando perks. The night eyes is just because I want to see a little bit better. And I do have the night person because I was trying to get experience points. So you get a little bit extra experience out of that. And you get a little bit of better perception, which affects your bats range. These are all mostly just, you know, filler spots because blocker's great. You get 45% less damage from all melee attacks. You do want to fit that in there. This is mostly, I'll show you the melee one later, but also for the weight thing so that while I'm doing other stuff, the weight won't bother me. So I have mostly weight reduction on that there. Now, I do drink blood. I'm sorry about that. But Rejuvenated gives you a bonus to AP refresh. And it's a nice little bonus, so I keep that as well. And I do have now room to have Chem Fiend, which makes all my chems last 50% or 100% longer. I do enjoy them. I use the Psycho Buff, I use the Comex, I use the Overdrive. I use the Berry Mentats all the time, and it just doubles the length. It's great. Now, you want strange in numbers because I use lots of mutations, and it makes them a little bit better there. Inspirational, again, was only there because of Legendary Run, and I wanted a little bit more experience points. And to build this character, I wanted to get experience points fast, so I'm running it. That could be changed for anything once you're there. But if you're leveling up, that's a great one to have. Tenderizer. Tenderizer is great. More damage every time. It's amazing. I love it. I was able to fit that in now, so I didn't have it before in my old build, and I love it. Here's my blood packs because they do satisfy first, and they heal you, and they are also very light because the traveling pharmacy affects them. I don't always have the food one, as you can see. Gunsmiths is just because my guns are automatic, they break really fast, and I don't even use explosive weapons, so I don't need the explosive perks. I'm not going to use a weapon that I keep killing myself with, for instance. They're very dangerous at close range. Escape Artist is absolutely, you want it. It helps you get back your sneak back, right? It's great, as well as running the longer effects. It's amazing. Covert Ops, you want that for any sort of sneak ranged attack. Beautiful. I love my AP. My AP refresh has to be maxed out as much as possible, so I want that. Gun Fu is great. If you use VATS, it's just auto sets you to the next target. It's just magic. Now at nighttime, because this is the nighttime build, I do have the Mr. Sandman perk, which is a little bit extra damage with silenced weapons. And to fill it out, I was able to put in 3 points of adrenaline, which just means more damage every time you kill stuff. Now, for my luck perks, you need to have Star's Genes, basically. Now, you don't always need the next one, Class Freak, but with the Class Freak, I take less penalties and my stats are higher. Bloody Mess is extra damage for every weapon. Great, I'd always take it, almost always. And I use I use better criticals because I use a lot of criticals, right? So I want them to be the most damage that I can possibly get. Critical Savvy, again, I use a lot of criticals. When I use them, I want them faster, so I use them there. And this is just great. Every time I kill something in VATS, there's a 1 in 4 chance that I get all my action points back. So I love Grim Reaper Sprint. That is my nighttime attack build. I do like it. It does help me see things in the dark, and I do want it darker, but I do want to be able to see a little bit, so I spend the points for the perk. We'll get to the next perk next, which will be the daytime perk, probably. Let's show that next. Now, the daytime build is almost the same. Okay, so we're just going to go over the differences. I got rid of the nighttime stuff. We added a couple more points of commando. I do like the long shot, because when I'm using my sights, I do aim manually as well as use VATS, so I get more range that way. We also don't need the nighttime perk in the agility, so we got rid of that, and I made my adrenaline go up to max. So it's very similar. Those are my two commando builds. Usually, if you're just going to have the one build, you want to pick probably this one here, because it doesn't have the nighttime stuff, and it's just got all the damage. This is the one to go. But I will show you the next one, which will be maybe the Gunslinger one with the pistols? Alright, pistols next. This is the Gunslinger build. Okay. Now, I like pistols. I like my Western revolver. It does a lot of damage. It can one-shot things if you get them in the head properly. So, most things here are the same. Strength is almost the same here, but perception we have a lot more to work with. So, we keep Tank Pillar because now Tank Pillar affects pistols. We want that. Concentrated Fire we're keeping. Night Iris I keep just because it's on all day or night. It doesn't matter. I've got perception to spare. Crack Shot, why not, right? You 30% more range and more accuracy when aiming down the sights of my pistol because I do use VATS and non-VATS. That does help. Exterminator gets rid of 25% armor of any insects, like those nasty crickets. And then just Glow Sight because why not? 60% extra damage to everything that glows. Endurance, we're keeping the same. I always want to have Rejuvenated, and I always want to have double length. Again, Charisma, almost the same, although... Oops, sorry, somebody's sharing Suppressor. In this one, I do have the Wasteland Whisperer. I wanted to play with it. It's a gunslinger. It likes animals. Gunsmith, the same. Agility a little different because we need our pistol perks, right? So we got Covert Ops, we got our Escape Artists. Gunfu, I've got only level 1 because it is a slower weapon, so... But it's nice. I like the impact. We took 3 points of Gunslinger, 2 more points of Gunslinger, 2 more points of Gunslinger, and then through Hiker, just to carry stuff. Now, most of these will be the same, I think. Yes, those are all the same. So we don't have to worry about that. That is the Gunslinger, which can do a heck of a lot of damage to a sneak attack shot to the head, especially with the instigating pistol. Oh my goodness. When the Crusader pistol comes out, you're going to want something like this. What shall we show you next? I've got Daily Ops version. Alright, we'll show you the Daily Ops, actually. I can do that real quick. It's Daily Ops, sneak doesn't work, so why bother having any sneak skills whatsoever? The only thing that's changed here is, these are all the same, we've got blocker and stuff, is, whoops, I think I put in a couple extra points of just commando, just straight damage, as much as we can get. Over here, we've gotten rid of all the sneak and marathoner, just sprint, because it's about speed. You got to get from point to point right now, right? So you want that. And I had an extra point, so I put in Born Survivor. I don't know. It's just there. I had 1 point. What else was I going to use? This would be the one that I use on all my daily ops, because sneak doesn't work. Might as well just go full-on commando. Here we go. It's a lot of fun. That was my daily ops build. Very quickly now, we do have... This is the new one. This is what's been taking me too long. Because I do have... Oh, I put it away. I have a Warglaive. It's just an anti-armor Warglaive, but it's a lot of fun. So what I started doing, now that I have the points for it, is a melee build. This is a two-handed melee build. You always want the martial artist. Swing things 30% faster, and the incisor is such a huge deal. 50% extra armor piercing. You absolutely. It's so much worth it that I goes only in 1 point in each, because that's fine. Now I got extra points to spare. I was gaining experience, so I've got Night Person, Butcher's Bounty. I eat a lot of meat. I love it. It's double points with Carnivore, or double buff with Carnivore, which I have. I collect magazines sometimes and baubles with this build, right? Glow Sight's there as well. Green Thumb just to get extra stuff. It's just there. Why not? I don't need it, right? So I can pick extra stuff when I'm wielding my axe. Makeshift Warrior is what we switch here in Intelligence because it'll make your weapons break a little bit slower. I did put in here the 3 points of Sneak because I really didn't have that much more to use. And Adrenaline, it's decent. I've got a couple points in it, but I didn't really need it max. So I put the 3 points of Sneak so I can just be really sneaky. Don't generally need the Sneak on my builds because the agility is high enough and I wear really light armor. Luck, haven't changed. Almost always the same. Okay, that... Whoops. Was that build. Now, the last one I have here is also very new. It's almost exactly the same. It's for unarmed. So you got your punching attacks like your claws and your bare arms and stuff like that. So it's almost exactly the same. It just switches out those 3 cards with Iron Fist. But that's how you can get all those builds in one. Now, we can take a we're going to take a look at my effects, because these are the mutations that I run. Now, usually I have class freaks, so a lot of this, the penalties are a lot less, right? So, there. No, I use all of them. This is just nice because with the jetpack you can fly longer. This doubles the buff on all meat, which is awesome. Your experience, your intelligence buffs all go out doubled. I love Communion, I gotta have it. Critical damage plus 32%, have to have it for my build. This is just for leveling, really. That's plus 8 intelligence, it's a lot of extra experience points. Herd mentality with the public groups, you might as well be it. Plus 3 to everything. Marsupial, it's game changer, changes everything you can do. Fly, you can just jump higher. You can jump over fences and stuff. Speed demon, you gotta have. I have to have it. It maxes out your speed, and it also gives you reload speed. My specials in the end, they can change a little bit, but this is generally what they look like without buffs. Not too bad with the items I'm wearing. Don't think we have anything to show there. Now, for my sneak, I'm a big fan of wood armor, so all my armor is wood, and I'm AP refresh on every single one of them. I'm just that addicted to it. The only one that's not wood is the jetpack one. I do keep other sets. These are for daily ops, because if you can just get rid of, say, 15% damage from super mutants from each piece, then that makes that really useful for the mutant super ops, and that makes these ones really useful for the ones that have robots, and that makes these ones really useful for the ones that have humans. I take a lot less damage. It makes it a lot easier. But generally, my general day-to-day is weightless wood armor because I love it. And it looks fantastic. Want to see it? I'm going to look at it. Might as well look at it. Look how awesome that looks. How could you not wear wood armor? Let's see here. Is there anything else I wanted to... Oh, the last thing is kind of the most important and probably what some people have been waiting for. The only way that you can actually get the stats as high as mine are the legendary perks, which is just recently added in the One Wasteland, and it takes a while because I had to get the cards and I had to get the coins and I had to do all the stuff. But mine are now all slots are used. Follow through is great. The range sneak attack is awesome. Yeah, why not? Extra damage. Now, most of my other ones are just the perk cards because that's 5 points that I can use on extra perks, and that's how I'm getting so high with my perks, is being able to use all these. Once you max them out, it starts at 1, then you go 2, then you go 3, but then it jumps up to 5. So you get all 5. Now, this is the new one I've just been trying because I do have a couple good melee ones here. I used to have the explosive one for range, which was a lot of fun. Things go flying. This is the explosive one for melee. So if I swing my axe, sometimes things explode, and they just go flying, and it's just a lot of fun. A lot of people would switch that out with, say, Ammo Smith, right, because they need the ammo, or sometimes you want Infiltrator. So it's kind of iffy. My last one is the one that I'm playing with. I have most of them maxed out that I just sort of play around with, but this hack and slash is a lot of fun right now, so this is what I'm going with. Now, I think that's all my builds. What do I have? Anything else in here that's not listed? Well, technically, it can also run as a heavy build, I guess. I've got the perks. I just got these this week, actually, so I've got the perks that I need for that. I don't wear power armor, so I can't get the stabilized perk, which is decent. So it's just something I'm playing with, but it's not optimized. I wouldn't do it. It's just an extra one. It's just something you can do with the perk manager. So if you want that, grab it from the Nexus. The word is from Bethesda is that we're allowed to use mods as long as they're not cheat mods, and those Nexus mods, everybody uses them. Huge quality of life changes. Like, this is me switching my mods. There we go. Oh, did I show you this is just hanging around at camp, right? So this is my hanging around at camp one. Also allows me to travel better because I threw bare arms on there. So all my weapons that I might be carrying to get home with, to scrap or whatever, or script, either one, get lighter. I do have Weapon Artisan because nowadays people do a little bit less clean, so the repair kits aren't coming as much as they used to, so I repair my weapons up to double. You get double max condition, and if I'm doing armor, I will actually repair it at home and use the Fix It Good one down here, wherever it is. Fix It Good and get that up to double, because it takes nothing to do. I save the repair kits for emergencies, or if it breaks in battle, I might use a repair kit. That's when I'll use it. Now, I've got little things. You want ammo smith, you know, super duper you want to have if you're using it in camp. And can do is great because I can just go, like, I'll use this at the mall and I'll go to all the garbage cans and get all the extra food and extra ammo and stuff like that. So this is your food build kind of. You're hanging around at home, you're cooking, you're crafting, your build like that. So I hope that goes through everything. If there's anything I'm missing at any point, you can leave a message in the comments. Don't forget to follow my page. I'm at SinSeer.com, or I also have YouTube and Facebook pages. So, if you want to catch all my videos, make sure to follow me. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.